Oh, yeah. Streamy stream. Damn, this intro goes pretty hard. Oh my goodness. That sensitivity is insane. Option. Controls. Aha! Absolute mode. Okay. There's space to go forward, right? Oh, click to forward. Okay. Yum. But how to change the camera? Need fuel to fly. Oh, do you have to tilt to go forward? You do. Oh. Yeah, but what about the camera? Is that giving us momentum? Oh my god, this is impossible. What is that absolute thing? Enter's not the right button. I think I'm going to need to find a manual for this. And also set up my joystick. Fun as fuck. Read me. Nomouse.com. Hints. Network game. Network messages. B2000 looks like text files in the directory that you configured. Exception of host. Once it replaces the standard messages with whatever message you like. For the appropriate situation, it gets gene of the victim, broadcasts the message to everyone, the exception of host.txt, which determines the target's score and victory message. Always gets. Isn't it? Cool. That's pretty novel. Hey BGH, how's it going? It's a slow one today. I'm taking a little break from Discworld for now because I'm well tired. I might play some later on in this, but at the moment I'm looking at a game called V2000, the 1998 sequel to the 1988 arcade game Virus. So I guess it's called Virus 2000 or 1000. No, I hadn't heard of it either, but it looks neat. I'm just looking up the controls now because, yeah, beam up humans to your ship to save them, and I blew them up instead. So I'm gonna check the controls. So yeah, there's some like text files you can change per user to have different kill messages. Oh, it works. I have already booted it up. I just installed it and it worked because it's a Windows. It's a 1998 game on a 1998 PC, so it just worked. I burned a disk so I didn't have to bother with cracks or things like that. You know, no CD fixes and patches and stuff. Right. Um, Interesting. They would show hints before the controls, but sure. If you are fortunate enough to find the large cargo hold, fill it up with scientists as your ship will get repaired fast. There is a finite number of these supplied per world. Not enough for everybody. Cargo holds are called naturally during play. Hmm. It's like a multiplayer game? Centric game? That seems odd. Okay, so that did not have any controls in it. That's just troubleshooting how to do multiplayer and some hints. Are you exactly the same document? Yes, you are. Hmm. I might have to look up the manual on the internet. This is before the days of Why is that folder hidden? Laserlock.in. And it's 20 megabytes. Interesting. Maybe some rudimentary copy protection. Anyway, any same readme, isn't it? Yep. All right. Um, V2000. No, shut up, Firefox. 1000 manual.
You didn't say the magic word.
Hi, Unix.
Please! God damn it! hate this hacking crap.
How's it going? Controls? Nobody? Ah. Nope. Okay. No, we're not tech support. I'm just trying to find a manual. I mean, I'll resort to just pushing all the keys, I guess. I'm just looking at V2000. Um, 3, 1. Cushion's falling off my chair. Right. Sorry about that. No point in Windows 2000. Just a less up-to-date version of XP. Basically use the same kernel. What are you talking about? XP is way more stable than 2000. BioForge. Is that the sort of pre-rendered? Oh, hey Tino. If you all have blue names, it's really confusing. Um yeah, BioForge is the pre-rendered one where you have to do things like quickly, otherwise you get shot or explode or die. Up through doors and stuff. Right. Game. I thought it had pre-rendered backgrounds. So it was 3D, but it was really just a 3D character walking around an empty 3D space with pre-rendered backgrounds. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think I remember watching sorry, my brain is not working today. I can't remember anything. I remembered watching the Bold Hawaiian Wizard retro gamer guy with the dolphins. Play it. Oh my god, my brain. Rig, thank you. Retro Island Gaming. Why is that so hard for me to remember? Yeah. I don't know what these mean. They're not explained anywhere. Yep. Is it really loud? Do you need me to turn it down? Oh, and a lovely quack as well. Yeah, that's slightly less awful. Hey, Datreb. Yeah, it must have been years ago now. Like, at least a year, if not more. Like, my sense of time, the scale of time is all destroyed. It was probably, like, more than 2 years ago now. CD spins up. Loading. The worlds were quiet and peaceful until the meteors came. Alien creatures followed the meteors in their thousands. V2000. You know, tell us, is it in the corner of the game? It's the sequel to the arcade game, 1988 arcade game Virus. It's made by Frontier Developments, which I'm pretty sure are the people who make Elite Dangerous. Hey, RT3 is pretty good for what it is. That sort of weird level of graphics. Like, it's never going to be as good as RC1 and 2, is it? Because it wasn't fucking programmed in assembly by a space wizard. You know. Okay, how does this work then? That's shooting. That's go forward. Okay. What the other two buttons? Oh god, the sensitivity is mad high. Might just turn that down. Sure has draw distance, yeah it does.
Hello.
Hey Steve.
Hello.
Hello, computer.
You know what? I feel like the keyboard's easier to use. Hello. Okay. My cargo hold is full. Hey Steve, this is V2000, the 1998 sequel to the 1988 game Virus. This is the sequel. This is V2000. There is music. I don't know why it's not playing music. Oh, it is. Apparently. 1 second. I want to check something. Let me. First track is ambience. Second track is more ambience. Nighttime ambience. Jungle ambience. Storming. Right, so the music's all ambience. Hope you enjoy. Right. Oh yeah, arrow keys up and down aim the guns, so you can like full on turret mode. So tab is changed to between flying and skidding. Number keys don't do anything at the moment. Neither do those. Shift does nothing. Whoa. M map. Oh, I think that was D. Okay. Right, we're heavier now. We can go underwater and find secret underwater stuff. Because of course. Do a barrel roll. Don't know how. What are you talking about? Right here. You missed out the A as well. I am actually enjoying using the keyboard though. Whee! Oh my god, I've dropped a tree. Ah! Okay. There's health. C to beam up, of course. Over the top of stuff, which is super hard. For some reason, shoot to enter, which is like super fucking difficult. Where did that guy go? Did he run away? Oh my god, he's being eaten by that bug. Oh my god. Tab. Got him. The fuel meter is the green one, I think. Man, you really zoom. Weapon select. He pauses. Else? Oh, A is shoot too. That's good to know. Destructible house, nice. D, G, but not brackets. C, X. It's V, of course, for weapon. Oh, now we can aim. Cool. We can do the whole, like, death from above stuff. Nice. Oh, there's a bot. One sec. And they're out of here. Have you ever played this before? Nope, never played this before. Um, there's a YouTuber I follow called, I think it's VBEE. And they do graphics card benchmarks for like ancient graphics cards and compare them and show side by sides with like, this Matrox has visual glitches. This Radeon River TNT doesn't, and whatever. But they're like 3 minutes long with just a few little clips. But he always uses really interesting games that I've never heard of. And this is the one from his video this morning. I was like, I gotta play me some of that. So yeah, there you go. This is great. I would have played the crap out of this when I was a kid. It's just the sort of game, like, it's got loads of weird, interesting mechanics, fun to, like, quick to play, hard to master kind of stuff. It's got weird little things you can do. Like, I love, like, trying to pick up the dudes and see what you do. And apparently if you pick up the scientists, they repair you, which is cool. You never say that about any of the games that I play. What do you mean? Well, you play a lot of, like, the best of the time games, don't you? I'm sure I have. But you play a lot of best of the time games, don't you? Which are, like, basically games that reviewed well or that are worth playing. And I have a feeling a lot of the time those games are just, more of the same until a really big one comes along and changes genres, Like, you know how, like, everything was crap Wolfenstein clones until you went past Doom, and then suddenly, like, shooters got interesting for a bit until they were all boring again. That MTV, yeah, Alien Odyssey was. Was it an MTV, FMV Cyberpunk game? That was cool. That was rad as fuck. Rad as fuck. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. What was that called? MTV Club Dead. Yeah, that was great. Oops. Sorry, tree. I could put some music on, couldn't I? Like, extra. I love that, like, particle effect. Like, on grass, it's like green. And then you blow and it goes white. That's cool. Yeah, what else was there to play with 1998s? Like, without a big spreadsheet to remind me what was going on, I have no, like, I can't remember. Like, was Abe's Odyssey in 1998? Or was Exodus in 1998? There's a lot of Quake 3 happening, I think, 1998? Or was that Unreal Tournament and Quake didn't come out till 99? Half-Life, StarCraft, Battlezone, yeah, nice. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was playing a buttload of Half-Life until Quake 3 came out. And Deus Ex was out by then, probably? There's weights. I wonder what the large cargo hold looks like. That would be useful. What a fun noise. um, let's have a look. Thief is also 98, but I missed out on it initially. Deus Ex was 2000. Wow, really? In the same PC Zone issue, it was reviewed Carmageddon 2, Rainbow Six, Need for Speed 3, SWAT 2, Ecstatica 2, and Setless 2. Yeah, what issue's that? Oh, no. Back to work. We'll have to wait and find out what issue that is. Chill bird atmosphere, and then suddenly... Yep. Hey, look. Let's save. Look at this glorious UI interface. So, like, let's have all of the maps spread out in a great big thing like a board game. Shall we show them all? No, that will spoil it. So let's hide them all. So what you're saying is we're just going to present a black screen with a single blinking circle on it. Yep. Why does the bird go squawk like a parrot? It's like a giant evil skull raptor bird thing, and it's like... Whap! Save game. Lot 1. Game saved. Continue. Cool. We got a cooler base now. Okay, so the three green pips mean we need 3 scientists. I'm guessing that's the large cargo hold? Or is that an anti-air cannon? I think it's an anti-air cannon. Okay, it's giving us weights again. So we just got to look out under the water for cool stuff, I guess. Oh my god, that's just radar coverage? Oh, you can go to other places? Holy shit. This changes everything. I quite like the driving because it's pretty neat. Like I'm getting the hang of the combat. You can use page up and page down to change the weapon. That's helpful. Multiple controls. You know what? Camera's not ain't bad. Oh god, it's a castle. Ah! What's that timer for? Is that going to be bad when that runs out? Is that just the bonus? Oh no, it's how long until the power-up's ready. Oh, nice. Here, I thought that was going to be a bad thing. It's got a light on it. That's my gun. Like a meter. What is that? Oh, cool. I was just going to keep generating that power up. Done. Yeah, it's just going to keep generating it. That's awesome. This is a fucking castle. Hey, Trans. This feels like Magic Carpet in the year 3000. Yeah. only a model. Well, I guess this is England. Somehow. Guess this is a fantasy game. Yes, I think we're going around the planet. The round planet. Just health? Anything else? The shrubbery. I'm stuck on a shrubbery. Two natives were killed. Oh no. Oh, I'm getting sucked in. Whee! Save. So this has multiplayer where you can customize text files in the game folder, apparently, to make custom kill and death messages, which is awesome. I can imagine this being a hilarious LAN party game. Castle World. Ooh, what's that? It's like a little dropship thing. Manning the factories will what? Oh, I missed that. What did it say? Manning the factories will probably produce something. Five dudes, according to the green pole of flashing. That needs two. Okay, cool. So that's us there, the top left. Flashy things. There's two hives. Loads of dudes in the middle. Oh no, one of them just died. Sorry about your castle. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! The world is lost. So I restart. Replay this world. Yes. Okay, so we gotta blitz it. Start shooting horrible ant boys. I crashed into their castle again. It's a corpse. Oh no! Ah! No, it crashed. Don't tell me my save's corrupt. That's rubbish. It's fine. It's probably just computer things. Oh no! The saves! Well, that's a bit of a kick in the teeth. Why would the saves crash the game? Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, 4! I mean 5! I mean
Just make sure
fire!
that kernel X is completely disabled. I think it can run in DOS. I'm not sure. Well, that extremely reduces its playability. You gotta play it all through in one go. Rubbish. I wonder if I just need to restart the machine. Can I new game at least? Okay, so new game works. Can I load? Now I'm in a game. Wonder if there's a launch patch. Oh, I thought we were past this. Damn it. Um. Okay, there isn't even a PC gaming wiki entry for it. Um. Damn, it's super vague name. Ah, there is a way to copy everything. Don't know what to go. CD copy, a trainer. I don't need a CD. Right, what I need is a patch. Runs in DOSBox. Load game crashes. Here's the controls. Mouse control with self-right off works great. Like a bug with the game. Yeah, there are no patches for V2000. Oh god, there's a headset with the same name. Right. Well, it's not the original version of the game. 1001. They originally called it Virus 2 and then marketing got their hands on it, probably. I don't see how this would run in DOS. Clearly a 16-bit executable. Hmm. We'll do a reboot. Could be a Windows problem. I'm assuming it'd use that same load data to reset the level, right? Oh, and that'd be why it crashed. Strange. They do have a different ISO. Could be a version of the game thing. I was wondering about this. So there's two versions floating around on the internet. There's the original English disc ISO, and then there was a strange one that was like reconstructed, and there was like French version of the game, and they'd stripped out the French assets and re-put in the English assets, and I'd wondered why they'd bothered to do that. Maybe the French version got an update or didn't have this bug. I'm not sure. It wasn't really explained at all anywhere. Yes. We'll see. Might be just as simple as nicking the exe out of the ISO file, pairing them. Crashes. I wonder if it's because it's not installed on the C drive. Like a weird bug they never tested for, because why would you install it not on the C drive if that's where it default wants to put it on? That's the path for the saves. Game type. Interesting. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Ah, it still crashes. Doesn't matter where the save games are. Alright, we'll start again from the beginning. Not die. Okay. Ah, so it seems to be doing it on the particles? Ah. It like makes them really grey. It's barely doing anything to the other textures. It is making them a little softer. Not much. So it must be what, like 2 times filtering? Try and position it with this texture right in the way. Yeah, that radar's got transparency, so very crunchy. Can't change the resolution. I'm not sure if it's changed the resolution back down again because it crashed, but I wonder if there are cheats for this then. Because like level skip would be good. Okay, so there's definitely weights on this level. So is there anything hidden under the water? Aha. Flares. Don't know what that does. And the sound design's really nice. I mean, some of it's nice. Some of it's jank AF. I think maybe it's just the water in the ship. So that noise means power-ups. Still weird you can't load. What happens if I load an empty slot? There's so many slots. Used for game settings. I believe this is on PlayStation. That might be the better way to play it. Okay. Thing about the saves. Oh, that's a shame. What an interesting game. Somebody said DOSBox. I'm assuming they meant running it in Windows. In a DOSBox. Definitely a 16. I'll give it a looky loo, just in case. Hmm. Apparently, it was one of the very first video games to go up to be nominated for a BAFTA. Didn't win. And there's two other games that it was up against. Then one. Unless Moby Games is full of shit. In which case, ignore that. Oh dear, sorry, I'm tired. Right, DOS, please. Oh, it's definitely not going to run. It needs the registry to know the save location. Yeah. Well, that was obvious. I wonder if there's a way to fix that error. I doubt it somehow. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, that was an interesting little thing. Play any more of? Yeah. We check out the PlayStation version. That probably uses. Does that use the memory card? Would it use the? Yeah, it must do. It's codes. Oh well. Back to Discworld, I guess. Excuse me. Hmm. One sec. Go to the loop. Get some water. BRB. I'm back. Okay. Talk to Carlotta, I guess.
Still here?
Here's as good as anywhere.
Do you want to know what happened with Mon?
That's what I...
Is it? I'm starting to.
Don't you like me, Luton?
You're a woman like any other.
Do you look down on...
I have plenty of... Do you know anything about the cargo from the Milka?
No, I don't.
I want to talk to you about something important.
Really? I can't wait.
Not here. It's too public.
Your place or mine?
Yours is probably safer.
Let's go.
We barely spoke at all on the way over, and there was a certain tension between us. God's help me, I liked it.
Well, we're alone. What did you want to talk to me about?
You've got a lot of smooth moves, Carlotta. You've managed to string me along like a kitten.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you lying to me, sister. I'm talking about the way you used me to track down Mundy, and how you are planning to cut me out of the action when I found him.
You're paranoid, Luton.
Oh, I know I'm paranoid. But just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean you're not a lying, thieving lowlife. Tell me about the Golden Sword.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. And so does Jasper Horst.
You spoke to Horst?
Yes, I spoke to Horst. And he seemed to think that I had possession of the sword. Apparently Mundy had it. Only he died before he could deliver it. Horst thinks I killed him and took the sword.
I didn't want you to get involved, Luton. It was too dangerous.
Ah, don't pull the hysterical woman act on me, Carlotta. It won't work.
All right, you got me. I used you. Everybody uses everyone, Luton. It's the way of things. Friendships are just what happens when you've used someone for so long, it becomes habitual.
You're a bitter little lady.
It's a bitter little world. What now?
You tell me everything.
Why?
Because you need me.
I don't need anyone.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? But even you aren't totally independent, Carlotta. You need the Count's money, for one. One word from me and I could get you cut off.
He wouldn't dare. He's too bound by tradition.
Perhaps. But can you really afford to take that chance?
What's the deal, Luton?
Straight cut. I'll help you recover the sword. We split the profit.
You think you can trust me enough for that to work?
No, but this isn't about trust. It's about money. You don't trust me any more than you trust Horst. But I figure you'd work with him if it got you the money.
You're smart, Luton, but you've got one thing wrong.
What's that?
I trust you more than I trust Horst.
Oh, I'm touched. But I reckon you'd trust a rattlesnake before you'd trust Horst.
You're a good judge of character.
Hang around with scum long enough and you learn to tell the different types of scum apart. Horst is the treacherous kind.
What about me?
You're just a woman, Carlotta, and that's not a compliment.
Why do you hate women so much?
I hate everyone and everything. No one gets
I'll be more
special
edgy, Luton.
treatment. Now tell me the real story between you and Mundy.
Mundy wasn't my lover. He was my contact. He was supposed to be bringing the artifact in from Sota. But something went wrong on the way. I don't know what it was, but Mundy never made his rendezvous. I went with Reagan to the wharf to meet him, but he wasn't there.
Do you know what happened to Reagan after that?
He dropped me at the Temple of Small Gods, and that's the last I saw of him.
Did he know what was going on?
Reagan? Ha! No, I never told him anything. Everything I told him would have gone straight to the Count.
That would give you a pretty strong motive for killing Reagan.
My, you are a suspicious one, aren't you?
It's a hobby. Anything else you haven't told me?
I'm sure there's plenty of things I haven't told you. The girl's got to have some secrets.
You're trouble, Carlotta.
Admit it, Luton. You like trouble.
What if I do?
I know what's going on inside of you, Luton. You're just like any other man, only a little more so.
When she kissed me, fire burned in my veins and I felt alive. Have you ever kissed someone who you didn't know whether to love or to hate? Well, other than your parents. Not that I'm prying into your private life, just trying to get my point across. Something changed in me at that point, and I knew I'd never be the same again.
I guess we have a deal then.
With my brains and your looks, we could go places.
What about with my brains and your looks?
We could still go places. They just wouldn't be as nice.
You got a new map location? Right.
So, now we're working together. Is there
Again.
anything you'd like to tell me?
What like?
Anything you've kept back from me? Any lies you'd like to confess to, and secrets you're still hiding?
A girl's got to have some secrets, Luton.
Can we ask about this now?
You must have known something about the Milka's cargo.
Yes, I had a crate amongst the cargo. It wasn't carrying anything important. It was just for Mundi to hide the sword in if it became necessary.
But the sword wasn't in the crate.
No, the last I saw of the crate, Reagan had it. I don't know where it is now.
Do you have anything that might help me find it?
I have a shipping order. You can have it if it's useful to you.
It could be. Any lead is a good one at the moment.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything more about this golden sword?
I've told you all I know.
Right.
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
Let's try not to get too sidetracked.
Does...
Aziz, wasn't he a madman? Some kind of relief?
Go on.
That's it. That's all I...
The person who killed Mundi hung him upside down and poked his eyes out. Can you think of any reason they might have done that?
What? No. Why should I?
Well, you knew Mundi. I didn't. I thought you might have an insight on it that... Did you...
What? What?
It's... But... Let... That...
On what?
Okay,
On-
it's the
You
same
don't-
answer.
It's always... I try. In my...
Yeah,
That
yeah.
must be a tremendous...
I do. You still...
I didn't...
Do you have an alibi? She was that...
There are witnesses who...
And...
I...
Spend...
We...
That's not changed. This is a cold turkey at the moment. We find out what that number means. She doesn't know anything about Malachite.
Reagan's dead.
I'm not...
You know...
Edmund... Ray... Eve...
What's...
No point.
Have you heard of... Mundi...
Oh, I'm...
Tell me about Horst.
What's to tell? He's a treasure hunter, as ruthless as they come. He'd sell his own mother to get what he wanted. Rumor has it that he pushed his father off the mountain when he was just a pebble.
Have you had any dealings with him in the past?
Occasionally. Horst is the kind of troll you try not to work with unless you really have to.
Can you tell me anything?
I've...
Okay. Well, we've got a new scrap of paper.
I got a key from Reagan's body. It led me to this. It's empty.
It's empty.
Mean anything to you?
No, nothing.
Now that there are no secrets between us, do you know what this is?
I've no idea. Some sort of coin?
Is this charm bracelet
It's Reagan's. Where did you find it?
in his safety deposit box? What can you tell me about the bracelet?
I think Reagan thought it was his lucky charm or something. I'm not really sure.
Did you ever see Reagan at Saturnalia?
Yes, he went there sometimes. He stayed well away from me when he did. He didn't much like me.
Was he wearing the charm bracelet in the casino?
Yes, I think he may have been.
How did you get the shipping order?
Mundi sent it to me by a courier. You look disappointed.
I guess I was hoping for something more interesting.
Okay.
I'll see you around, Carlotta.
I hope so.
I see Sir has
Sir,
Who would... Sir has many questions.
Reagan,
I'm sorry. Let me know of his condition.
can you...
I don't know it.
Oh, I didn't ask about any of these.
I confess, I was consumed with avarice, but I wasn't about to steal an entire...
Okay. Oh, is he bloody gone? Oh, I need to ask now because otherwise I'll forget. That might be the sticking point.
I came.
I see Sir has...
A lot.
I'd li-
Can I talk to you? She's a statue. I have broken the game somehow. Fan-bloody-tastic. Amazing. It's just like a still. Hasn't loaded in the... Right. We'll do it all again. And we'll skip all the dialogue.
I
Jesus.
see...
Sir,
Yeah. Carlotta
is Carl... Is the...
is not home.
I've got a few more...
No, I don't.
Still here? Do you want to know? I want to talk to you.
Well,
When
I guess...
with my...
What?
We could... So... Can you tell... You must have... Tell me about... Ray. Do you... The person... What do you real...
He works with Horst, and that's about all I know.
With him or for him?
It's hard to say. Are you working with me or for me?
I'm working in spite of you. Do you...
Be careful.
Okay. There. Again.
I got a key.
Empty.
Now...
Coin. Order.
How did... Is this... They didn't... I'll see you around.
I see.
Is the... I've got a few more questions.
Go. I'm sorry.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside...
Mr. Luther.
Just the word. I didn't want to do this. Do you know any...
I'm sorry, but
I decided not to bring... I had a feeling that This empty envelope belonged to Reagan. Does it mean anything to you?
An empty envelope? I don't understand.
Neither do I. Recognize this?
Yes, I do. It is Reagan's charm bracelet. I gave it to him.
Is there something special about it?
It's been in the family for years. I'm not sure where it came from, but I believe that the charms were carved from the wood of the serendipitous redwood.
What?
They were very, very old trees, and they grew very tall. Up to a mile, if the texts can be believed. The trouble was they were very top-heavy, and the slightest wind would knock them over.
How did they grow so tall?
That was the thing, you see. They'd fall over, but they were unbelievably lucky. They'd prop themselves up against each other like a house of cards.
Lucky trees?
Oh, believe me, as a student of flora, I have seen many such strange things evolve. Strangeness is indigenous to the Discworld.
What happened to the redwoods?
Someone cut one down, and the rest came down like dominoes. They crushed the fellow with the axe, I believe.
I guess they weren't so lucky for him. Does this ship...
I'm sorry, but...
Bye. Do a save. New place. So, horse quarters. That's newish. Bridge. Cafe. What's the new place then? Oh, let's go to the docks, Pier 5, and give the shipment notice to the cap there and see if he lets in.
I've come to collect some cargo.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna swallow that, aren't I? I mean, you come up asking questions about cargo, and I won't tell you about the cargo. Then, miraculously, you're here to collect some cargo. You must think I was born yesterday.
Well, I can always take this shipping order to your boss and say that you wouldn't let me collect my cargo.
Okay. Well, let's not be too hasty, eh? I mean, I have to be skeptical, right? I'm a watchman. Where would we be if people like me weren't just a little bit cynical? All right. You win.
I eventually persuaded the watchman to show me the ledger for the recent deliveries. The milker had been carrying some wine barrels that were shipped to the Café Ankh and some crates under the name Varberg. According to the watchman, they were collected by the Guild of Archaeologists, Antiquarians, and Tomb Evacuators. I guess somewhere was the von Uberwald crate that went with the shipping order, but the watchman didn't know about it, and there was no sign of it in the warehouse.
Right, new notes and new location data stuff. Wine. Well, we know who's had a wine delivery, so we'll go talk to Sam about that, I guess. Ugh.
Samael, Mr. Luton. How's business, Samael? It's pretty good, how I think. Apparently, some of the cargo on the Milka was delivered here.
That's right. The milker always brings us a supply of amphibian wine.
Where is it now?
Most of it is still in the wine cellar. We sell some of it on.
Who to?
Lots of different people. I have a box of receipts in the cellar if you're interested.
Sure.
I'll give you the key.
Yeah, you might want to talk about other stuff too.
Mr.
Do you know anything about the...
Sorry, Mr.
No.
Do you...
Sorry,
No.
I didn't... This... Do you...
Sorry, Sorry.
Can you think of any reason?
Sorry,
You hear?
Oh, it's making the...
That hasn't changed. Lanius? No.
Do you know...
Sorry, Mr.
Have you seen Ilsa recently?
You weren't expecting her to be here, were you?
No. No, I wasn't.
I've not seen her for a while. Last time she was here, she was with a foreign gentleman. I think he might have been from the Agatian Empire.
Yeah, that'd be two conkers, I guess. How come you know about the Agatian Empire? That's not common knowledge, is it?
Worked the piano for enough years and you hear just about everything.
Any idea where they might be now?
I don't know, Mr.
Hmm.
Luton, but I think they might be in trouble.
You could be right.
So
Okay. The wine barrels.
I knew full well.
Yep. Well, we've got permission and we've got the key, so shut up!
Years ago, it would have been my dream to stand in the Café Ankh's wine cellar. So many barrels of fine wine. Even Chateau Hector, Year of the Weevil. My favorite vintage. I used to dream of Ilsa, too, from time to time. So when I walked in to find Ilsa there, I had to check I wasn't wearing my pajamas. I rooted carefully through the receipts, and the only recent purchaser was the patrician. It seems he'd bought a number of barrels of fine wine to take to the palace. I guess the golem I'd seen at the cafe was owned by Lord Veterinary.
Oh, we can go to the palace now.
Most of the wine barrels in the Café Ankh's
That's a horrible noise. Is he alright?
two conkers wasn't looking. Frankly, he was lucky. My ex-lover Ilsa and her companion two conkers were hiding out from the Assassin's Guild in the wine cellar. Hello again, Ilsa. I can see I'm going to have to get used to finding you where I least expect. You didn't say goodbye at the casino. What happened to you?
We got away, thanks to you.
It was nothing.
It wasn't nothing. You saved our lives, Luton.
Lulu, is that you?
What's up with him?
He's delirious. He's been injured.
Let me have a look at his wound.
He'll be fine. He needs a chance to rest, that's all. He fades in and out a little, but he'll be okay.
What happened?
It was Remora. He's been following us. He won't quit.
He's an assassin. It's his job. Once they've been paid, the target is as good as dead. They never renege on a contract. They throw great soirees as well. And if they invite you, they won't take no for an answer.
That's not much comfort.
Well, at least you know if an assassin kills you, you're not going to be killed by some thug. They're very efficient at it. Practice makes perfect, you might say. I was going to be an assassin once.
What happened?
The usual. Forces outside my control.
It is you, from Casino. You save our life. We to be in your debt.
I guess you to be just that.
We need your help, Luton.
Haven't I done enough for you?
I know it's a lot to ask after what happened.
Women. It's never enough for you, is it?
Please, you have to find us somewhere safe to hide.
Why? Why should I do that for you? Why should I do anything for you?
Not for what happened, Luton. For what we had. Once.
We had a dream. Trouble is, I woke up and I could still remember it. Does he know about us?
Two conkers? No, I never told him.
Why not?
He's my husband.
You're married?
I always was. Even when I met you.
Why didn't you tell me?
It's not as simple as that. I met two conkers in Ikalpon. He was on a secret dig for the Sun Emperor and we fell in love.
I thought the Agateans weren't supposed to know about the outside world.
That's true, but the outside world isn't supposed to know about the Agatean Empire either. Trouble is, centuries ago, their empire spread beyond the counterweight continent, and there's archaeological evidence for the strange and charmed quack dynasties all along the Turnwise Ocean coast. The Sun Emperor sent two conkers out to cover up the evidence.
This doesn't explain why you didn't tell me you were married when we met.
Two conkers went back to the Agatean Empire, and I stayed behind. He wasn't sure I'd be safe there as an outsider. I didn't think I'd ever see him again. He might as well have died. I almost died too, until I met you.
Great. I was your number 2 husband.
You don't understand, Luton. I didn't love two conkers. I mean, I was infatuated with him, and he needed me. I was nothing before I met him. He gave me a purpose. He gave me a life.
Oh, that's good. Because he took mine. At least his accounts will balance. He came back, didn't he? That's why you left me.
Yes. I got a letter from him saying that the government had been overthrown and the empire was a new world. I wanted to tell you, but I didn't think you'd understand.
At least you got that right. So, you're Mrs. Ilsa Conkers.
No, I kept my maiden name. Our marriage was supposed to be a secret.
Right. Well, we know some of the wine went to an archaeological society, or one of the crates
you've been
did.
traveling with two conkers for quite a while now.
Yes, we've been making our way around the Circle Sea. There have been several digs.
And everything you find goes back to the Agatean Empire.
No, not now. There's no point. Most of it comes here to Ankh-Morpork. We give it to the Guild of Archaeologists, Antiquarians, and Tomb Evacuators. They have quite a collection of artifacts.
Is that an
That's
acronym?
it? You spend your life digging up junk that no one ever sees?
We're looking for something. Something two conkers wants to take back to the Agatean Empire.
What is it?
A jewel.
Jewel. Find the jewel, yes?
Tell me about this jewel.
Gold-plated jewel. Very old.
I thought the Agatean Empire had plenty of gold.
Special artifact. Gold to be making it come from Agatean Empire. Stolen by one of your gods. Great fortune to Empire if it can be returned to us.
How will you know if you found it?
Gold-plated jewel not common. This jewel be having inscription. Unquam paratas.
It means forever ready.
You don't even know if this jewel actually exists, do you?
We've just come from a dig in Sota. It's a village near the ruins of the ancient city of Sort. We found inscriptions there of many artifacts, including this jewel. It exists, all right. We just haven't been able to find it.
Okay.
We've just come from a dig in Sota. It's a village near the ruins of the ancient city of Sort. We found inscriptions there of many artifacts, including this jewel. It exists, all right. We just haven't been able to find it.
Okay.
We've just haven't been able to find it.
If all these inscriptions were in Sorta, what are you doing here in Ankh-Morpork?
That's just it. The inscriptions claim that the jewel is here in Ankh-Morpork. Apparently, after the fall of Sort, the jewel was held by monks in the village of Sorta. But over 4 centuries, the Knights of the Order of the Sacred Tulip went out on quests to find it.
Why?
They were knights. They went on foolish quests all the time. It was a knight thing. I think all the different orders competed to outdo each other in foolishness. I heard the Knights of the Fairly Pink Triangle spent 2 centuries looking for a better name.
And you think one of the knights found it?
Apparently. The inscription said he took it to Ankh-Morpork, there to guard it forever.
Forever?
You know these ancient inscriptions. They have a tendency to exaggerate everything. It probably meant nearly forever.
You two must know about a lot of ancient artifacts.
Of course. Why do you ask?
Ever heard of a golden sword?
Golden sword? You have to be being more precise. Must be 50 golden sword artifacts in Agatean Empire alone.
But then they do have a lot of gold. That's why they call it the Orient.
Hey, you. Oh. Very good.
I didn't think they had anything more to tell me about the jewel.
Hey, jump ring. Right.
Does
Azil. That sounds familiar.
Azil is being mad. Mad Haskari of Great Nef. Tell you about him if you're wishing.
No, that's all right. If I need to know more, I know where to come. Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
I don't think we can help you with that.
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
Well, it could.
A catalog number? For what?
In the Guild of Archaeologists, they have a collection of artifacts there. And they all have a catalog number.
Are you
Nice.
sure that's what it is?
No, of course not. It could mean anything. But it's a possibility, at least.
Okay. Something to look into.
Do you
Sorry, but
know?
I don't think we can.
Have you heard of the counter?
The what?
Word is all across town, it seems.
That's what they were talking about in the casino. A foreign assassin in town killing prominent officials.
That's it. The ritualistic murders in town. People must have heard about two conquers, and word has got around that there's someone from the counterweight continent in town.
The rumors must have got mixed up somehow.
There's no somehow about it. Rumors always get mixed up. Do you think the Duke of Earl is really as stupid as people believe? Of course not. But every time someone does something stupid and no one can remember who did it, it gets blamed on the Duke.
You mean he doesn't have the mental powers of a mushroom?
Well, there's some truth in all rumors.
So people think Two Conkers is an assassin. This is insane. He couldn't hurt a fly. He couldn't even catch a fly. Come to think of it, he couldn't even catch a cold.
It doesn't matter whether or not he is an assassin, only that people think he is.
Well, can't we just go to the patrician and get the whole thing cleared up?
We could, but his idea of clearing the whole thing up probably means handing two conkers over to the Assassin's Guild. He rates tidiness over justice.
Would they let us go if we explained?
They don't care whether he's an assassin or not. They've been paid. It's all over but the receipt.
Then you're our only chance. Help us, Luton. You're our only hope.
What do you want me to do?
You have to find somewhere safe for us to hide Two Conkers. Somewhere that no one in their right mind would look for him. Please, Luton.
Listen to me. Nowhere is safe. There's nothing I can do for him. I can't help you.
At least think about it.
That isn't going to take me long. I'm trying to track some of the cargo on the Milka. A set of crates that were supposed to belong to a Varberg.
That's me, Ilsa Varberg.
You never told me your name was Varberg.
Names weren't that important to us back then, if you remember.
I guess not. So the crates are yours?
Mine and two conkers, yes. They should be at the Guild of Archaeologists by now.
What was in them?
Artifacts from the dig in Sorta. Nothing valuable except in the historical sense.
I need to get to them.
I can get you into the Guild if you want, but it'll cost you.
What do you want?
Find us somewhere safe to hide two conkers. He's not safe while Remora is looking for him.
That's true. But nowhere in the city is going to be safe.
You'll have to find somewhere that no one would even think of looking for him.
It'd take a miracle to conceal two conkers, and the patrician has outlawed miracles.
That's my price. If you hide two conkers, I'll sign you into the Guild. You'll never get in there without me.
I'll do what I can. That's all I can do.
That's all I ask.
If I find somewhere to hide him, you'll take me to the crates?
I'll get you into the Guild, but you're on your own after that. That's my offer. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
If I find somewhere to hide... Do you know anything about the...
I don't think we can...
Do you know any...
Sorry, Luke. We don't...
Does this coin mean anything?
My word! That looks just like 2305.
What?
Number 2305. One of the artifacts we dug up in Sorta. It's an early Sortian coin, I think. Your having one would seem to confirm that.
What makes you say that?
Well, we only found one, so we thought it might be a seal with some symbolic or cultural significance. But if there's more than one, then it's probably just a coin.
Is it valuable?
Not really.
I had a feeling that the... Does this charm bracelet...
No, it's wood. Most wooden artifacts don't survive being dug up, so we don't really pay much attention to them.
Two Conkers was in no... I didn't really need...
Right, more progress. Probably spelt wrong, but whatever. Yep. Right, so we have got some new location. We've got the Petition's Palace and Guild of Archaeologists.
Mr. Luton, it is always a pleasure to see you. I trust you have brought something with you that will be to my liking.
I haven't brought you the sword yet, if that's what you mean.
I'm a patient troll, sir, but there are limits to my patience.
So Carlotta's an associate, and you still haven't told me what you...
Let's just say that the three of us share.
With the Assassin's Guild looking everywhere for two You're still interested in
Natural. I am not a fickle businessman by any stretch of the imagination.
But you won't tell me anything about it.
Come now, sir. In our line of business, information is as valuable a currency as the dollar. I am not about to give you for nothing what may have greater value as a secret.
Perhaps I'd be more inclined to sell to you If I knew,
Perhaps.
you could be right. We'll see. What do you know about the
A strange question, sir. But you have your reasons, I'm sure. I must say I was impressed. That disguising the murder as a counterweight killing was clever. But knocking herself out after the murder was a masterstroke. A gamble, certainly. But the greater the risk, the greater...
Do you know what?
I cannot say I have made their...
You let me keep the coin from what?
As a token of faith. Nothing after...
The sword is from Sorta too.
Let us not play. Games are the pastimes of the tedious and of the bored. We are...
Alright, none of this has changed.
I had a... Does this
The comms, let...
I'll be back.
And hope I look for...
Wait, what? Why's it done that?
Can we talk, or do I... Waking. Do you own... I did this... Do you know... That mean? Do you know... That mean? With the assassin... That mean? You would... No. Can you... Have you heard... Sure. And I only have one thing to say about them. I'll place good money... Any... Just a hood. I'm just a croupier. I think this... Do you recognize... Sure. He used to wear that on the few occasions that he gambled, and that wasn't very often. And when he didn't use it, it went in his safety deposit box? I guess so. He used to hang on to it like his life depended on it when he played. This envelope, did you ever see... Sure. He carried it around the casino sometimes. I never knew what was in it, though. Did he show it to anyone? I guess. I don't know who, though. Hello again.
Luton.
You a regular in here, then?
I guess so. I'm not very lucky.
I thought always... I had a feeling this. Have you seen it?
No.
You're.
Sometimes it's like...
I have. Righty-ho. Ankh-Morpork
2 new
was home
locations.
to around 300 guilds, most of which festered in the space between Unseen University and the Patrician's Palace like fungus. From the Assassin's Guild to the Beggars Guild, everyone a proud group of individuals basking in their mutual arrogance. I hated them for their smugness. I hated their petty bickering. But most of all, I hated that I wasn't part of one. The guild coat of arms was clearly displayed, along with the guild motto, Serpentis Odi. Hello? Open up.
All right, all right. Hold on. What do you want?
Can I come in?
Are you a member?
No.
Then no. This is members only.
You only allow members into the guild?
That's what I said. I wasn't kidding.
What happens if something goes wrong with your plumbing?
What do you mean?
I mean, do you let the plumbers in to fix the problem?
Yes, we do.
Are they members of the guild?
No, we sign them in.
If you signed me in, I could come in, right?
That's right.
Then what do I have to do to get you to sign me in?
There's nothing you can do that'll make me sign you in. I just don't like you.
You don't like me? What kind of excuse is that?
It's the truth.
How else can I get in?
Find another guild member to sign you in, or become a guild member.
Great. So I have to wait around here for a guild member willing to sign me in to turn up.
Don't hold your breath.
How do I become a member, then?
You need to find a member of the guild to endorse you.
Never mind. I can spot a lost cause when I see one. Does the word... Does this charm... Do you know what this is?
Not exactly valuable. Should be in a museum, that should.
I could donate it to the guild if you'd like.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Would you let me in then?
No, but I wouldn't dislike you quite as much.
Forget it. I had a... I thought about petting the dog, but there was something about the way he looked that made me think twice, maybe even 3 times about it. I wasn't an expert on dogs, but I thought that this black thoroughbred dog was a Klachian hound, also known as the Kelef Klachani. Small, proud, and ruthless, the Kelef Klachani were prized by dog breeders throughout the Circle Sea. What this one was doing out on the streets was anyone's guess.
Dead end? Around the back? Or back to the map? Back to the map. Alright, to the palace. Ugh, getting all tired. It's the problem always listening. How are these two still palace guards?
Shouldn't you have stopped me by now?
What? What do you mean?
Well, I'm practically into the palace itself, and you haven't even asked who I am.
We can already tell you aren't important.
Not important? I might be a foreign spy.
Accent's too clean for that. I'd say you were born here in Ankh-Morpork.
How can you tell?
Accents.
Thanks for that,
He knows
Unix.
all.
Did I spell palace wrong?
Talents, eh?
We're guards. All our talents are hidden.
So, you're members of the illustrious palace guards, are you?
Illustrious. Do you know what it means to be a palace guard? We're arrow fodder. If anyone with half-decent skills breaks into the palace, you'll be picking our limbs out of the tapestries.
So why do you do it?
It beats being in the City Watch.
And the uniforms are much nicer, too. You used to be in the City Watch, didn't you?
It's Crichton!
Tell that from my accent.
Would I lie to you?
So, you're an expert on accents.
Oh, yeah. I can tell all sorts of things about you.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
From the stress in your voice, I'd say you experienced
Lister,
a
sir.
major emotional event about 8 years ago. You like to drink, but if you're not careful, you drink to excess. And you like whiskey.
That
Yay!
really is
That's me!
incredible.
What, the
Anything
first
else?
games you'll let Whiskey
That's
Jr.
about
play?
it.
You
He's
don't
already
say
tried to
which
play
part of the city I
ukulele.
was born in.
No.
He's running around the starting area. Just he realised that moving the stick made things on the screen happen, and there was a direct relation to that. That was an interesting thing to see. He's only one.
Well, it comes and goes.
You don't know anything about accents.
You never know. He might be
do
really into sports and not video
Of course
games.
He doesn't. He just has a good memory.
You were in the bucket a couple of years ago. You were probably too drunk to remember it.
A couple of years ago, I was too drunk to remember anything. So if you don't know anything about accents, how do you know I'm not a threat to the palace?
If you knew what it was we were guarding, you'd understand.
He's making lots of noises. He says up a lot. He goes up, up. And he goes like this, and then I pick him up, and he goes, yay. And
Is it really that dangerous
Yeah.
working for the palace?
that's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah. Our lives could come to a bloody
There he goes,
end at any moment.
and da-da-da, and he runs around going,
He's always lying. No enemies have ever entered Ankh-Morpork since
When
it
he's,
was
like, moving.
founded.
What
Like,
about the
like it
dwarf
propels
attack
him.
in the reign of Veltric II? Or the barbarian invasion in the time of Webblethorpe the Unconscious?
Well, of course, technically, we've been invaded quite frequently, but, you know how it is. The guys arrive, they meet a nice local girl, and anyway, their leaders suddenly don't want all the big houses burned down because now they own them, and they find sleeping on real beds is a treat after all that time in the saddle. And what with one thing and another, it all ends peacefully.
In other words, you don't have much to do.
Well, there's a lot of standing around to do, but it's not like the golden age of the kings of Ankh.
The Golden Age?
Well, it was a time long enough ago
Yep.
that no one can remember how wretched it was.
right.
What is it you're guarding?
Every way into and out of the palace has to be guarded, and we guard one of those.
That's a little vague.
We guard the vital export of post-palatial merchandise.
We guard the trash heap.
That's what I said, wasn't it?
Where is it?
The trash heap? It's around the corner.
But don't steal anything. That's palace garbage. By royal appointment.
Well, by the patrician's appointment.
That's good enough for me.
Hmm.
Do you know a lot about the kings of Ankh?
Oh, sure. The whole history of the monarchy.
How come?
Oh, hanging around palaces. You pick up that kind of thing.
What happened to the kings of Ankh?
Well, the real line came to an end about 2,000 years ago. And after that, we got 17 centuries of a monarchy where the crown was available to anyone with enough soldiers and a strong stomach.
That couldn't have been very stable.
Stable? Ha! Not many lines survived more than 2 or 3 generations. Some of them didn't even make it to the end of the coronation feast.
The shortest reign on record was
I don't
that of
recognise the
Royal
other voice.
Arg
Is it
at
the
1.13 seconds.
the
Can't
guy
have
from the
been
Young
much of a
Ones who was in bottom?
That's nothing.
Who wasn't?
For a week, Ankh-Morpork
Um,
was technically ruled by a wasp.
Who wasn't the other one?
And for several days, by
Shit,
the
I'm
left
so bad at
foot
remembering
of the
names when I
high
need them.
priest of Io, who dropped the crown on it during the crucial point of the ceremony.
The foot was one of the better rulers, apparently. Made good decisions.
Does the word Ezekiel...
I can't help you with that, son.
Can you think...
We don't know.
I can't help you with... I don't know.
Me...
Do you know anything about the...
Have we heard that a mad assassin is coming after the patrician? Of course.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to ignore the prospect of being carved up by some psychopathic killer.
If he's a good assassin, he wouldn't need to kill any of the guards.
That's not very comforting, is it? I mean, our only hope of survival is that this guy is good enough that we don't stand a chance against him.
Well, what's the worst that could happen?
You mean apart from being hacked into minced beef by a foreign killer?
I suppose he might just kill the patrician and let us live. Then we'd only have to worry about being killed by the Assassin's Guild.
No.
What?
I recognise
He's
the
got
voice.
this idea in his head that the patrician has given an advance to the Assassin's Guild
He's
so that in
in
the event of
Blackadder.
his death, all of his bodyguards meet the same fate.
Where did you get that idea from?
This priest down at the Temple of Small Gods, he knows everything that's going on in the city.
In the city. Cast of Discworld. Noir. Hunter, maybe? Yes! He is, it's near from the young ones. And he's in Blackadder as well. Yes. That was right. Yeah. That was right. Yes. I think that's why I like the Discworld game so much. It's basically just like listening to voices familiar from 30 years of English television.
This priest you mentioned,
Uh,
his name wouldn't be Malaclips, would it?
That's the one. Do you know him?
We've met. What do you make of him?
I reckon he's the only one in the city who knows what's really going on.
Which is funny, because I think he's a deranged lunatic whose only pleasure in life is getting gullible fools to listen to him.
So, I'm a gullible fool, am I? Who bought those magic beans off that gypsy the other month?
Hey, you should have tried the casserole we made with them. It was magic.
I like that. That's fun. Okay. Yeah, none of that. None of that. This sword business. Right.
With the Assassin's Guild,
Okay.
do you know...
Do we?
The pap...
Why do you want to know?
Just a casual interest in wine.
Your only interest in alcohol is whiskey, and that's more than a casual interest.
It's a hobby.
Most hobbies don't leave you unconscious on the barroom tiles.
Where do the barrels end up?
Around the corner.
Well, when they've been emptied, they do.
This...
Oh, let's ask about the gold-plated jewel.
The...
Let's not ask about that then. We got a page with some names on it. It's hard to find. Oh, what a second. Ask about Jasper.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
I don't know.
No, I have
Me
no
neither.
current knowledge of PlayStation 5 pricings. But is the PS5 the one that was like no one could get one on launch? So I'm guessing the PS5 Pro is going to be the same, made in limited numbers and ridiculous prices. So is this the official MSRP price? What is it? Is it like crazy high? Yeah. So then the scalping price will be like double or triple that, right? Announced yesterday. Well, do you know it in Australian dollars or American dollars or English pounds? English pounds. Oh yeah, you got 100 £100 for a fucking disc drive. I suppose it's a what, Blu-ray these days? Like a multi-layer Blu-ray drive, so I guess that's about £100 worth of lasers, isn't it? Stuff. And then if standard's 15 quid, yeah. Yep.
I don't know.
Me.
Oh, disgusting. Consoles are like almost becoming as expensive as like when computers first became something you could buy in the house. Like when the 486 first released, to buy a top-end 486 multimedia PC was about £1,000. Like, and then like a few months later it'd be like 700, 800, and then a few months after that it'd be like 400, 500. Yeah. Yeah, right? It's mental. And it's all cost, like, they've got to be making like 50% markup easily on the cost of these things. I mean, are they? Or are they selling them at a loss and making the money back on the games? Because I just don't see them doing that anymore. It's all SoCs made by AMD now, isn't it? You know, it's a single chip or chiplet design that's got the CPU, multiple cores. Yeah, right? No way they are lost. The CPU, multiple cores, and the graphics and the memory all in a single chip package. You know? And then all of that's into a heavily integrated, highly like refined and cost cut single PCB. Right, yeah. Right. So fucking Sony, man.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa?
I don't know.
Ooh. Ah.
I don't know.
Me.
I don't know.
Me.
Okay, I think we're done talking to these guys. Anything to show them?
I have.
No.
I. I'm back. I've got
Make.
this his name wouldn't.
That's. Do you?
What do you make of him?
I reckon he's the only.
Which is funny.
So I'm a. Who bought the?
So,
Okay. Oh wait.
I'm back. So, is it really?
Oh yeah.
Do you know? So, what is this? See you around.
If you say.
As far as I could tell, the barrels were just like the ones in the wine cellar of the Café Ankh, although these ones were empty. These barrels had already been opened.
Oh.
These barrels, the empty barrels at the foot. The palace walls were useful for keeping intruders out and keeping the roof in place. The empty barrels at the foot of the palace wall looked like... What was... Scale the walls with...
Oh, okay, that's a bit of a hint.
The empty barrels were fairly used. The palace walls were useful. The empty... If I was going to use the grapple to scale the wall, I needed something that I could aim for and anchor to. If I was... If I was... If I was... The palace walls were useful. The palace... What? Scale the wall. The palace... The empty barrels were fairly used. If I was going to use the grapple to scale the wall, I needed something that I could aim for and anchor to.
Like a roof? Or a gargoyle?
The palace walls were useful for keeping intruders. The palace wall. The palace. The palace. The palace.
I'm not seeing anything. The.
Two of the palace guard. Something. I need your help again, Malaclips.
They'll all need my help sooner or later. They just don't know it yet.
Which day it...
Which?
You... Tell me... So... Does this charm...
Well, it's a Gluckding carved out of serendipitous redwood from Uberwald, I guess.
What does it do?
It brings luck.
Good luck or bad luck?
Both. First, it brings good luck. Little stacks of felicitous circumstances. But sooner or later, the wielder pays for any good luck with a massive dose of bad luck. A giant omelette of doom delivered by a mad god.
Great. A mad god's omelet. Do you want it?
Are you insane? Give it to someone who's desperate.
Right. Oh, well, that's a hint.
Any reason you can...
There could be a hyperspatial vortex in there. A link to some trans-dimensional...
Nope. I'm pretty... Do you know what... What's a Hersheben groat worth?
Nothing. Unless you want to hire a member of the Hashishim, the first assassins.
The Hashishim?
The original assassins. A band of mad killers who are feared. They derived their name from the Hue. They are unique among killers in being both deadly and, at the same time, inclined to giggle and wear beads. The ones with the flared trousers are the most deadly of all.
And you'd pay one with a Hersheben groat?
No, but if you give it to one, he'll stare at it for hours and leave you alone.
Wow, there's a lot of bots today. Gone.
Do you know anything?
I know that the tear of Ofla has been stolen again.
Again?
They spend 1 month of the year admiring it in the lost jeweled Temple of Doom, and 11 months of the year tracking it down after someone steals it.
And the other month?
In the 13th month, they have to fill out all their insurance forms.
Insewer ants?
An Agatean concept. People pay money against the odds of a particular disaster or theft occurring. It's complicated.
What do you know about a golden sword?
Sword? Sword? You are not worthy to talk of that. Be silent, lest I smite you. Never speak of the sword again until you have proved yourself worthy in the eyes of Errata.
Okay. Mad ramblings.
Tell me about...
Rumor has it that the Sun Emperor's private son...
Hold on. Slow down a minute. Who's the Sun Emperor?
The ruler of the Agatean Empire, of course.
The Agatean Empire? That's on the counterweight.
No, don't you know about... He could have us...
But everyone knows that we have...
Private... And...
Alright, this is the same.
And...
Okay, that's not changed.
What can you tell?
Horst is a major player in several conspiracies. The Brindisian Illuminati are still after him for stealing the unholy pail. Certainly not someone to be messed with.
What? And what?
His body was offered up as a sacrifice to the creatures of the dungeon dimensions, the fetid obscenities from beyond. Except Errata caused them to get their rituals confused, otherwise the city would be crawling with Helpspawn right now.
Do you know anything about Reagan's murder?
Reagan was sick. He was...
Do you... No? I thought you...
Not every...
Do you know...
They're planning...
They... Who are...
Nobody. Only... Maybe. I think they're the same ones who are putting poison in the beer.
Do you know...
The dwarf? Yes, he's an associate of Horst's. A minor player in the greater scheme of things, but dangerous.
Do you know a woman...
Oh, I know. She's part of one of the darkest conspiracies. And they're plotting to take over the world by stealing the lost treasures of Errata and turning them towards a dark purpose. Don't trust.
You know about Mundy's murder? Was she here when he was... The milk.
Oh, yes. Most people know that the Milker is part of the advanced fleet for the Klatchian Navy, but not everyone knows that they are smuggling top-grade Klatchian pornography into the city. It's all part of the Brindisian Illuminati's plot to corrupt the moral minority and make Ankh-Morpork the most depraved city on the Discworld.
It's already the most depraved city.
Now you see what we're up against. Actually, the porn wasn't a patch on the homemade stuff.
Good lord. Oh.
The milk.
Oh, yes. Most people know that the Milker is...
The.
Oh.
The.
No,
Damn it.
With the.
Right.
I really did. I have some more art. Did your church? We are not a. Now let me get. So what? You keep. I. This mean anything? A child's charm bracelet, nothing compared to the. What can you? Ha 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 ha! You should talk to Malaclips, the mad priest over on the other side of the temple. I'm sure he'd be delighted to talk to you about golden swords. Do you know what? No. With. Do you? I prefer to.
Okay, we're out of here.
Righty-ho. Well, for a.
Find
Yep, that figures.
With the assassins. There didn't. He. Does this charm?
Find
Righty-ho. Two conquers was in no. Two. Does this charm?
No.
My ex-lover Ilse.
I feel a bit stuck. Who can we talk to about hiding places?
With the Assassins Guild looking everywhere for two conquers, I couldn't trust any.
Right, so I've got to just click on things. with that concept, I guess, to find one. Probably. Gosh.
I see, sir.
Sir, is the... I've got a few more...
Ah, go.
With... Do you know... Do you...
I'm so
This... I headed back...
I see, sir.
Is Car...
Um. I believe that the DOS version of Command and Conquer and the DOS version of Red Alert run okay on a 486. They're a bit chuggy, but they're only like 320 by 200 or something stretched. There then, of course, are the 16-bit Windows 95 versions. I think require Pentiums. Warcraft 2, however, I think that's a Windows... Is Warcraft 2 a Windows-only game? Is it got a DOS version? I don't know. You got a high-end 486. It should run quite a lot of things, but I don't know.
I need your help again, Nobby.
Well, okay.
What if I told you I had a lead on a golden sword of untold value? What would you say to me?
I'd say you're having me on. Come on, Luton. What do you take me for? Still, untold value, eh? Is that a lot? I mean, my vest has got untold value, too.
Interested?
Nah, it's gotta be a wind-up. Golden swords. You must think I was born yesterday.
Oh, you were born, were you? I always thought you were hatched out by the sun, Nobby.
Do you... Give me a break, Luton.
Do you know anything about...
No.
Do you know anything about the crate belonging to the von Uberwalds that was on the Milka?
Give me a break, Luton. I don't know everything.
Yeah.
No.
I take...
Afraid.
Does this
No.
I found this only... Why would anyone put an empty envelope in a safe place?
Maybe they were bluffing.
What do you mean?
Could have been a blackmailer's envelope.
An empty blackmail envelope.
Well, this is just an idea, but if someone thought you knew something and you convinced them it was in the envelope, you could use it to bluff.
Nobby.
It's a stupid idea, isn't it? Forget I mentioned it.
No, it's a good idea. I just can't believe you thought of it.
Hey, I'm not as dumb as I look.
You could only be as dumb as you look, Nobby, if you were a very good actor. I...
Mm. Oh look, the docks can't go there anymore. We're done with the docks. Interesting.
I couldn't imagine who would pay attention to the... Learn the ancient... I desperately wanted to look for a connection, but there were so many messages I'd just have to read them all and see what I could work out. With the Assassin's Guild... I wasn't about Ilsa. The dressing room would be a foolish place. The stairs were unsurprising. Useful though they are.
Can use this on arrows. But not that one, apparently. What? Why not that one? Why all the others but not that one?
I really liked the idea of hiding two conkers in the sky, but it wasn't very practical. I felt like I was playing pin the tail on the donkey. Useful though they are. Useful though they... Use... The whole... The hallway led back...
Okay. So that's that idea gone.
I see, sir.
Sir... I think I should just stick to... There didn't seem to be any
Hmm.
They'd put a chalk outline where Mundy's body fell. What was it like, I wonder, to have only a white silhouette to mark your passing? I could have erased the outline, but there didn't seem any point. Sooner or later, someone else would do it, and then there would be no mark left of Mundy. As a child, I'd hide under the bed from monsters, but I doubted it would protect two conkers from the Assassin's Guild. Frankly, the message could mean the painting wasn't that. The stairs.
Have to do a double click. Grr. Let me try this one again. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. No, this doesn't work there. Okay. Good to know. Just checking. Right in the river Ank. Don't leave. Don't leave.
That probably didn't have anything to do with the River Ankh. I don't think two useful though they are.
I'm stumped.
I think we could safely say that the door to my office was just for getting in, and my desk had nothing. Best to leave the coffee machine alone, I think. I only bought the filing cabinet because...
Oh. We got a new thing has happened.
I knew that someone had pushed the card under the door, and I knew what it meant. It meant that I should have fitted a letterbox.
Have arranged meeting with Therma on the rooftop
Oh, yeah.
at the junction of Sally Street and Phaedra Road. Come immediately.
Salis and Phaedra. There wasn't much around there. Nice and quiet.
Find Therma. Right, we'll go grab.
Well,
Ah,
for a... It's not been easy, but I've arranged a meeting with Therma.
Take me there. Take me to Therma.
In a moment. First, there's a couple of things we need to discuss.
Take me to Therma. Take me now.
Okay. Let's go. The rooftops above Salis and Phaedra were quiet. No one had a reason to be up here. I was looking forward to meeting the mysterious Therma, and I was hoping I might get some answers out of her. Unfortunately, the last thing I remembered was looking up at the moon. The next thing I knew, I was being arrested by the Watch. They told me Malachite was as dead as two sides of bacon, and I was the prime suspect. His back had been chipped away like he'd said something particularly insulting to a disgruntled quarry workman, and they seemed to think my crowbar was the murder weapon. I had the opportunity and a possible murder weapon. All they were missing was motive. And anyone who had ever tried to get an intelligent comment out of the troll had a motive to kill him. It looked like I'd been stitched up as nicely as a fine genuine tapestry. They took me to Pseudopolis Yard to be interrogated. They had a salamander lamp shining in my eyes, so I couldn't see what was going on, but I could hear Nobby and a troll talking in the darkness. It was probably Detritus, the first troll to join the Watch. Detritus was the troll many people in Ankh-Morpork thought of when they heard the word troll, bringing back as it does vague memories of sudden concussion and extreme pain. Sometimes you'd hear two short planks being described as thick as detritus. Your ideal street cop, in fact.
So I'm a good cop.
No, I'm the good cop. You're the bad cop.
Then, why don't I get to prod him a bit with my fists?
Because we're supposed to get information out of him, and it's hard to understand people talking through a mouthful of loose teeth.
I can smash lightly, more like a gentle caress, right?
No punching.
I can kick using minimal acceptable force. Like Mr. Vimes says, lots of it.
No punching, no kicking. We just talk to him.
Talk?
Right, well, I'll talk. You shout.
All right, you done it. Own up now, we know it was you.
No, not
Jesus.
yet.
Oh, all right.
I've just got to start the audiograph.
Right. All right, you done it now. You've got to sing like one of them flappy twittery things.
Wait! I've got to start the recording properly, otherwise it doesn't count. Right. Interviewing suspect Luton. Present, Corporal Nobbs and Sergeant Detritus.
Now?
Now.
All right, you done it. You might as well make it easy on yourself. Everyone know it was you.
This is my interrogation, is it?
Don't you change the subject, you miserable excuse for our horse's donkey.
Just tell us what happened, Luton.
Here the facts. Fact. Mundy was killed. You found at the murder scene.
I was unconscious.
How you knowing you was unconscious if you was unconscious, eh? Foiled you with logic. Now you listen to
Jesus.
me good, and then we see who wears the long two-legged garments. Fact. Escape thingy, Mount Malachite.
Thingy? You mean troll?
Nah, not escape troll. Escaped,
Feline.
Escaped feline?
Yeah, he escaped from a holding cell.
Is it possible the word we're looking for here is felon?
That's the one.
What did he do?
Hey, we asked the questions, you miserable arugaraha. You know what arugaraha means?
He knocked over the Van Uberwald mansion.
I never knocked over the von Uberwald mansion.
Now, that's what Malachite did.
So what does arugraha mean?
In the precise moment that dog droppings turn white.
I think you'd better get back to being the bad cop.
I am the good cop.
Now, I'm the good cop.
So that make me...
The bad cop.
So how come I not get to hit you then?
We can't beat him up, Detritus. That'd be police brutality.
It only brutality if you leave marks. What show? Escape thingy, Mount Malachite, was killed. And you was found at the murder scene there too.
Once again, I was unconscious.
Oh, how convenient for you. 2 murders and 2 unconsciousnesses. What about the murder weapon, eh? What about the crowbar?
Tell us where you got the crowbar, and I'll give you a smoke.
One of your dog ends? No, thanks.
I'll get you coffee. Maybe some cherry cake. New suit. You get to choose the color.
I think you're taking this good cop role too seriously.
Thank you. Now my turn. You want to fall down the steps to the cell without leaving your chair? It's fine by me.
Look, I had a meeting with a troll named Therma on the rooftops of Salis and Phaedra. I'd arranged it on Malachite's behalf, and when we got there, I must have been knocked unconscious by the killer. I know it sounds improbable, but that's how it happened.
2 murders, and you happen to be unconscious at the scene of both.
You gotta admit, Luton, it's a little far-fetched.
You want I should make up a defense? You want I should lie? This is the Lawyers' Guild all of a sudden?
Just tell us what you know.
I've told you all I know.
How come you know Malachite?
I met him in the streets. He wanted me to find someone called Therma.
When you find out he was a felony?
A felon. And I didn't find out until just now.
Luton, you're going down for murder. I don't think it's worth pretending you don't know who Malachite was.
I didn't know who he was. Do I need to draw you a map?
To what?
It just doesn't seem right, Luton. You being a detective and all, and not knowing one of your clients was an escaped felon.
What can I say? I guess I'm not as good a detective as you are. You want to know what else?
I wouldn't mind that map you mentioned. Might make things a little clearer.
Shut up, Detritus. There isn't a map.
He said there was.
I kept following Malachite's case because it intrigued me. And the more I dug, the more interesting it became.
What did you find out?
I don't know. I guess I learned that I shouldn't have tracked down Therma. It seems likely to me that she's Malachite's murderer. Why don't you interrogate her?
There's no troll named Therma in Ankh-Morpork. You expect us to believe that this Therma killed Malachite and Mundy and framed you for both? Come on, sing like a pigeon on a stool. You done it, didn't you?
There's no reasoning with you, is there?
Not often.
Come on, you ugly sewer scraping. We want something we can believe.
That's enough, Detritus.
Sir?
You can go.
I did it right?
Let's say you were everything I expected. Now go and write up the report. Not in crayon this time, please.
That should keep him busy for a few days.
He may be slow, but he's not an untrustworthy killer like you.
Why the personal interest in this case, Vimes? I'm sure you've got more important things to do now you're commander of the watch.
My reasons are my own.
You're not interested in my guilt or innocence. You're just out to nail me.
Frankly, Luton, I've got all the evidence of your guilt I need, and if I get my way, they'll lock you up and melt down the key for scrap iron. You're a bad cop, and I don't have any time for you.
If you're so convinced of my guilt, why the interrogation?
Nobby has this deranged idea that there might be some extenuating circumstances that we ought to find out about.
It'd make everything a lot easier if you'd confess, Luton. I'm sure you had a good reason to do what you did. Let us help you. Cigarette? Holiday for two in Quirm, sea-facing room, we pay the minibar bill.
I'm not guilty, and I'm not confessing to a crime I didn't commit.
Listen to me, Luton. We're conducting this interrogation because I believe in upholding the law.
There is no law in Ankh-Morpork.
True enough, but there's my law, and there's the patrician's law. Which would you rather face?
What's the difference?
Lord Veterinary considers it a happy state of affairs if the punishment can involve the actual perpetrator, but sees it as by no means essential. I consider it to be absolutely essential.
But you've already decided that I'm guilty.
That doesn't mean I've proved it.
And if I prove my innocence?
That's not going to happen.
Then what's the point of this farce?
Smoke?
No.
The thing is, Luton, we just want to find out what happened.
Do one decent thing in your life, Luton. Help us close this case.
Why should I?
So we can close this sorry little act and concentrate on the threat to the city.
The threat?
The counterweight killings.
Doesn't it make more sense that both Mundy and Malachite were killed by this so-called counterweight killer?
That's what you'd like us to believe, isn't it? You make the murders look like the counterweight killings and hope to get away with it.
That's it, isn't it? You're not interested in me. You want to catch the counterweight killer.
You're just a low-life killer, Luton. My job is to protect citizens from people like you.
What? You don't even like them much. You think they're all criminals.
Maybe. But murder leaves the place too messy.
Look, Luton, we don't think you're involved with the counterweight killings. But we have to know which ones are which if we're going to stop him from killing again. This is your chance to be a hero. To help us to catch a foreign assassin.
A hero? There's nothing I can do to save myself. Why should I care about the rest of the city?
You were a good man once, Luton. This could be your one shot at redemption.
I was never that good a shot.
You ought to know, Luton, that you're a suspect in the counterweight killings. That crowbar of yours was palace property, which means you had access to at least one of the murder sites.
You're getting desperate, aren't you?
We're wasting our time with you.
What about Reagan?
The dead dwarf? What about him?
Another murder in suspicious, almost ritualistic circumstances. He's a nobody, but it has all the hallmarks of a counterweight killing.
Are you confessing to the murder of Reagan?
No. I'm just saying that Mundy and Malachite aren't the only nobodies to get bumped off in mysterious circumstances.
There was nothing mysterious about Reagan's death.
People don't just drive carriages off a bridge for no reason.
He was driving recklessly across the city. It's probably just a suicide. Maybe he was just drunk.
What about the bite marks?
Bite marks?
There weren't any bite marks. I looked.
Reagan was murdered. I'm sure of it.
You've got bigger problems than that right now, Luton. I suggest you concentrate on them.
Surely you have other suspects for the murders I'm accused of, even if you don't think they're part of the counterweight killings.
Smoke? A set of the complete plays of Hwel the Dwarf bound in nearly real leather?
No, I don't want a smoke. I want to know who the other suspects are.
At the moment, you're top of our list.
Although you are the bottom of our list, too.
I am the list, aren't I?
Sorry.
Don't apologize, Nobby. Listen, Luton. There are other suspects for the counterweight killings, and we're investigating those. But for Mundy and the Troll, you're the bottom line.
What about Horst?
What does Horst have to do with anything?
He's been watching me. He's up to something.
He's always up to something. But he's not a murderer. Not by his own hand, anyway. He'd never be so careless as to carry out a murder himself. He's not that dumb.
What about Al-Khali?
Al-Khali?
One of Horst's cronies. I think he's been following me.
I guess I could interview him.
Why do I have a feeling that you won't?
Face it, Luton. You killed Mundy. You killed Malachite. And you tried to make it look like it was part of the counterweight killings.
Nothing I say is going to convince you of my innocence, is it?
It doesn't look that way.
All right. Yes, I was in Mundy's room when he was killed, but I was unconscious. And yes, I was on the rooftops when Malachite was killed. Again, I was unconscious. I don't know what happened, but somebody knocked me out, and whoever they are, they're the one you should be looking for.
Fine. If that's the way you want it, that's the way you'll get it. Give my regards to Lord Vetinari when your trial comes up. I doubt he'll be as patient with you as I have. The fact is, mister, that with you behind bars, the city will be a slightly better place.
They delivered me into the hands of the palace guards, who delivered me into the walls of a holding cell. I had a bad feeling about the way things were going. Mostly people who were sent to the patrician for trial got seen right away. Rumor had it that being put in a holding cell pending trial was like being filed away in a drawer marked forgotten. And not a very big drawer at that.
Jeez. I don't know if this has, like, different paths you can take, or if there's fail states. I'm assuming there isn't. The first two games didn't have any of that, but then again, they might be trying something new with this 3D and everything. Bugger. Right, I'm going to finish there. This seems like an interesting place to pick up again next week. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to go and do a raid. I'll find something dossy and interesting. Let me roll the things. No worries. Thanks for watching, Unix. Right. There's the raid. It's Caro. Cool streamer. There's lots of stalkery modding and stuff, but I think he's playing... He was playing a Doom mod, which was stalker themed, but he's now playing Stalker. Or something. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun. It's a fun time. Right. See you next week. Bye.